Can you beat Dark Souls 3 using only Pyromancy? I mean, obviously yes, but stick around if you fancy. There's vibes, dad jokes, and new spells with each tome. Oh yeah, and this whole vid will be in the form of a poem. Now before we get into some savage pyromania, there's one simple rule that I just need to explain to you. Bosses must be defeated using fire spells only. It's an all boss run, so none left feeling lonely. Punches with our gloves are fine if they're required, but mostly just pyromancies is what the channel desired. Never tried them in this game, so it should be fun. I needed something more chill after that Elden Ring run. So sit back, relax, pour a drink of your desire, and let's go watch Lothric burn in a sea of dirt fire. Flame Derp is our name, and Pyromancer our class. A new happy derp soldier, time to kick ass. We start as always in Cemetery of Ash. We ditch our shield and axe, toss it like trash. Our pyro glove is by far our most valuable thing. Pretty nice that they start us with the Great Swamp Ring. A 12% boost to all pyromancy spells. Let's try out some fire on these hollow wastrels. Ouch, we got hit, though the damage is small. Give me some time to cast my damn fireball. The cast takes some time, so need to be wary. This big crystal lizard looks a little bit scary. Is it worth our time trying to kill this guy here? No, never mind. Let's try Udex Gundyr. Our fireball's damage, yeah, it's pretty alright. Overall, this one's not a tough fight. Keep running and throwing balls of flame from our hand. Air of fire destroyed, this run just began. With coiled sword, we go on to Firelink Shrine. At the moment, we've no other spells to assign. Yet there's another way to leave an ambustion, as our glove's weapon skill performs a combustion. We level faith and int, these stats do the trick. Time to burn hollows in High Wall of Lothric. After clearing this route to make our run back short, it's on to boss 2 and his name is Vort. No, not Vort the company, from that show The Boys. He's a big armoured guy with some impressive poise. Our damage is good and Vort is quite slow. Well, until phase 2, but I dodge like a pro. Okay, I got frostbite, not the wisest of move, but my grasp of the fire continues to improve. Vort goes down at last, our second boss done, and then this game says, hey, remember Dark Souls 1? So now we can at last look to get some new spells. Cornix moves to Firelink, we can buy what he sells. He upgrades our glove, which is awfully kind, but this nasty tree is the next boss we find. With our current setup now, here this run stalls. Fireball's hard to hit, I can't lock onto his balls. With 3k souls in hand, to Cornix we bolt, to buy Great Combustion for close range assault. This one-shots the hollows that litter the arena, then makes his balls disappear like they were John Cena. We fall through the floor, his hand comes into play. This fight here takes ages, we've just got to wait. Dad jokes for this guy, well here's a good one. Like all my old videos, his delivery is wooden. At last he goes down, this kiln now we get. This will come in handy, but not just yet. To the top of this tower, we must now climb. Our giant friend here says,
I help anytime.
Onion Bro ponders, we've no Estus left. We should have waited, we die a swift death. It resists our fire, who would have guessed? But still Onion and I take care of this pest. We toast to our victory, Siegward has a nap. Why did I come this way, this loot here is crap. Flynn's ring won't improve damage from pyromancy. Okay, at least we get this ring of Chloranthy. Past this night here, and this crab that shoots foam, we die, but we finally grab our first tome. To Cornix we rush, this book he absorbs. We buy a new spell to chuck fire orbs. I then went to cheese these two, or at least I tried, but one climbed down the ladder, so of course I died. Second time lucky, his fate's a disaster. Let's try fire orb now on the sword master. Well, that was good. I think we'll probably do well. Farron Swamp is calling. What is this fresh hell? Now grab these ashes to buy Titanite, and up top here there's a demon to fight. A variation from those games that are older. He smashes my face by spitting a boulder. Our fire damage here doesn't do great. It's a slow fight, with patience we wait. He goes down here, now his soul we can weave into a new spell, it's called Boulder Heave. We test out the spell now, which we have bought, but it doesn't seem great, the range is quite short. With Titanite purchased, next we must see to upgrade our glove to a tasty +3. Now onto a true boss, it's great, chef's kiss, Flame Derp versus Watchers of the Abyss. Now our first attempt was a bit of a fail. but I was missing some tools to help us prevail. First the Sage Ring to boost our cast speed, and for our damage Fire Clutch Ring we need. Our Fire Orbs now do 230 per hit, our cast speed is great, our build is legit. Phase 1 goes down, no trouble for sure. Phase 2 is a bit tricky, he dodges lots more. But we push on through, we dodge and return. A few more shots, this boss eats a burn. This was pretty smooth with our new set of tools. They watch the abyss, but not my fireballs. Time for great joy to Karthus Catacombs. This area has the most useless of tomes. It sucks to explore, so let's charge through here. And speaking of sucks, here's High Lord Wolnir. There's actually a tome right here under this guy. I got too Wolnir, the mist caused me to die. Not much to say here, his wristbands we break, but this Grave Warden tome Cornyx won't take. While that's a shame, we're not done here yet. Spending Wolnir's soul, another spell we can get. This one does dark damage and moves like a snake. It will help as we head down to Smoldering Lake. The Witch's Ring here to empower our flame. Let me light this bonfire! I hate this game. Old Demon King has the prize we desire. The thing is though, he's resistant to fire. I forgot his explosion and died first attempt. I went back full of rage and righteous contempt. Black Serpent, though inaccurate, helps us to hurt. With enough patience in casting, the king hits the dirt. With his soul we get a spell whose rep is prestigious. It's the notably powerful Chaos Bed Vestigious. This spell delivers some numbers quite big. With such ease we kill Night Slayer Sorig. For more useful items, these ruins we must comb. How many more words do you think I can rhyme with tome? There's 2 here in fact, but not sure they're needed. Just look how easy this Black Knight is defeated. This damage is insane, I'm simply awestruck. Luckily this crab's here to remind me I suck. Lastly, I use Flash Wet for some fire resist, to run through some lava to grab Toxic Mist. For some bosses we'll face, this spell will help loads, but now we return to an early crossroads. An annoying boss here, it's the Crystal Sage, normally an encounter that causes me rage. Let's try our new move. Wait, 705? 4 hits from this, the Sage didn't survive. This spell is great, truly top tier. My path from now was crystal clear. I cannot believe it, such a powerful blast. Did that leech thing die from just one cast? Even killed this giant, stood my ground with no fear. I've never beaten him before while standing up here. Even this large knight went down in one burst, but surely a challenge from this deep accursed. Okay, well anyway, I'll equip Chaos Storm. This upcoming boss is a bit of a swarm. Deacons of the Deep, some religious killers. I loved blasting them with the spell's flame pillars. They still do good damage, so caution required. But like I was their boss, the deacons get fired. Now onto a view that gives me a thrill. Let's proceed onwards into Irithyll. The beast on the bridge, well it's weak to fire. Just 3 casts of our spell will make him expire. By the way, here's our stats, for those that were curious. Been pumping Int and Faith to make our flame injurious. Anyhow, our next boss, Pontiff now he beckons, we bring him down here in about 60 seconds. Our damage is strong, we can one-shot his double. Not a clean fight though, I got into some trouble. Got trapped with low health, I was barely alive. I'm still really not sure how I managed to survive. But Pontiff goes down nicely, no issue at all. Against our good flame, the mighty will fall. Now onto an area that's nothing but pain. Seriously, do I have to do this dungeon again? Hey, what the hell are you looking at, mate? Eat this fireball, buddy, now incinerate. Even Mimic chests fall to drop Estus shards. Remember when this game used to be hard? Okay, best not get cocky, I must stay reserved. Right, well, to be fair, that death was deserved. But these rats or these jailers, just 1 hit it takes. Even this caster with 2 hits it breaks. Monstrosity of Sin, it's especially handy. I'm really digging our modus operandi. With a couple more points into Faith and Int, we go and free Carla from her jail stint. She will take tomes that Cornyx won't read. Dark damage pyro we definitely need. Black fire orb and also black flame. What's our next route now into this game? Well, this might be quite a shock answer, but our next opponent is going to be Dancer. Time to test out this black fire orb. Dark's not a damage that she can absorb. I nearly did hitless, but as I am prone, I got cocky last second, my chance was blown. I still won first time, gave her the boot, but why did we choose to come this route? For Titanite chunks, yes that is the plan, to upgrade our glove as quick as we can. +9 is good, but let's aim for +10. So let's go and see our pal Siegward again. Free him from a well, and then a toast we share. He's a fan of JK Leeds, check his facial hair. One last task we free him from his prison-based plight. He rewards us with a slab of pure titanite. Now our glove is +10, and I'm feeling defiant. Time for a big one, let's fight Yhorm the giant. Siegward joins he wants to help not hinder.
Let the sun shine upon this lord of Cinder.
Could I have done this solo? I mean maybe yes, but this just felt right as I'd done Siegward's quest. Yhorm's not too tough, and Siegward lives to boast. He sits down after this and we share our last toast. Back to Irithyll for the next step in our path. These guys annoy me, so they felt fiery wrath. Oh, what, an invader? Is that NPC? I can't see them at all, where the hell could they be? Oh Jesus, that scared me, gotta run away. They crushed me here, much to my dismay. Well, here's DS1 reference, number 389. Nah, I'm joking, this one is just fine. Oh no, the giant blacksmith. Now prepare to cry. Goddamn Silver Knight, let weeping dogs lie. Now Aldrich, surely our spells he'll withstand. Nope, although this was less easy than planned. He spammed homing spells for much of phase 2. When he tried melee, in his face our flames flew. With this lord down, back to Lothric Castle. Let's do Osiris, surely won't be a hassle. Now 700 damage is pretty legit, but wait, did he kill me there in just one hit? That dash is no joke, these losses they sting. Time to invest in Lloyd's shield ring. This was by far the toughest fight yet. I came close a few times but left with regret. Close up Black Flame was the best option I found, at least until he got stuck behind this tree mound. I feel it's important here for me to mention, cheesing him was not my intention. At last he falls, after some close shaves, through illusory wall to untended graves. With no rest we engage champion Gundyr. He hits hard and fast with a long-reaching spear. But for our build, we've got a neat little trick, for he's one of few bosses weak to toxic. My play was quite poor, run heal and shoot. The champion falls, his offense was moot. Well, back to the castle, and onwards we press. I burn pus of man with such minimal stress. A long lift ride up, just to die in a flash. Dragon Slayer armor killed me with a dash. But second try he goes down, with relative ease. Funny how some bosses are an absolute breeze. Do I repeat this joke about Dragon Slayer? Well, I just did, I'm a top tier Souls player. Normally these three tend to cause me some pain, but guess what happens, do I need to explain? I unlock this lift, next is one of the best.
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Twin princes bring challenge, one mistake is death. Beat it on first try? Nah, don't hold your breath. One thing with Chaos Bed you might not expect is that stamina constantly needs to be checked. Each cast of it costs almost our whole bar, the only impediment to getting this far. I spammed when I shouldn't, led to my demise. The need for this stat took me by surprise. But in the end I succeeded, the princes were maimed. With that the final great soul has been claimed. But before we go on to beat the base game, there's one other area, you know its name. Archdragon Peak, with snake men on your back. But let's beat Ancient Wyvern without plunging attack. He can be poisoned, but couldn't get it to proc. Look at this hitbox, one absolute crock. The damage is awful when you hit his feet. This method led to such painful defeat. I nearly gave up, but just then I found, hitting his body, damage is unbound. This still wasn't easy, this fight is so jank. To win in the end, I cheese to be frank. Hide round this corner, fire one shot till he's dead. Would be much faster if I could lock onto his head. Anyway, that sucker, I put myself through the ringer. At least we celebrate with my stanky finger. There's more fun to be had, as this place tends to bring. But screw all that, let's just fight Nameless King. Black fire for his bird, recipe's a winner. Flame cooked and ready for a roast dinner. As for phase 2, the king with no name. Sometimes he walks slowly into this flame. His attacks are quite slow and easy to avoid. Except for the shock waves, they left me annoyed. It took a few tries, maybe 3 or 4. But after fire to his face, this king is no more. One last level up to make our stats bigger. With int and faith capped, let's try out some vigour. With ashes now placed, this Firekeeper dame sends us out to Kiln of the First Flame. Last time I fought this boss was Soul level 1. I died quite a lot and the fight was not fun. This time will differ, I say with bated breath. Okay, so bad timing led to one death. On second try, I kept back and awaited my turn, to chuck Chaos Bed for a reliable burn. This was pretty smooth, out comes his Gwyn phase, but his 5-hit combo was the end of his days. The easiest time I've ever had with this boss, I'd suggest Pyro to you to deal him a loss. Well, that's the base game of Dark Souls 3, the only thing left now is the DLC. Gael sucks me into this frosty hell, here's the painted world of Ariandel. Remember this journey down, these larger tree roots, getting knocked to your death by arrows they shoots. Champion's Grave Tender, now here's a bit of fun. You can use Toxic Mist, proc it and then run. Same with the wolf, they're both weak to this fog. A fireball to the face works to finish this dog. Some mist now for Wilhelm, Merry Christmas my friend. Supplementary fireballs and he meets his end. But now for a boss that you all want to see, a 3-phase encounter with dear Sister Fried. I did this first try, of course there's no doubt. Okay, it's been a while, I had to figure out. The attacks in phase 1, at least the damage is great. For phase 2 toxic works, run away and just wait. While throwing vestiges from the Chaos Bed, phase 2 is done, don't get into your head. Phase 3 is the toughest, her speed is insane. Dodging and waiting is the name of the game. Greed is a killer with this intense brawl, enough patient attacks and the sister will fall. So DLC 1 is done, but one thing to name, some of you may wonder about the Parting Flame. I picked it up, but I don't think it's a must. The basic glove has better magic adjust. So into the final DLC we must creep. The Ring City, yes, but first the Dreg Heap. Desert Pyromancer here with Flameweed Disarmor, and also get our final Pyro build armor. Check out this garb, Fashion Souls at its best. Is that a sports bra adorning my chest? Now before the next boss, no need to hurry, for it's one of 2 bosses that cause me worry. The Twin Demons resist fire, though dark will do fine, but phase 2 resists all, that's not a good sign. I tried Boulder Heave also, and while damage was nice, the short range and cast time was too high a price. I stuck with the Black Flame for its quick cast succession, though as always, don't get greedy is a valuable lesson. Also Demon in Pain must always die first, it's easier to punish the phase 2 laser burst. Patience was key, and this win I did earn, although I still died less than on Ancient Wyvern. At least we move on to the true Ring City, where the grass is green and Midir is pretty? We knock him off and head to face down Half-Light. In this DLC, it's the worst boss fight. Tedious and annoying, screw the heals and knives, Half-Light seems to have about 1,000,000 lives. Finally our last hit brings this boss to defeat, but our next boss I think will be toughest to beat. Midir he resists both our dark and our fire, plus compared to others his health is much higher. But luckily we have one more trick up our sleeve, it's finally time to make use of Boulder Heave. This works better for Midir as his windows are long, but instead of me describing, here's that epic song. Well, with Midir beat, I'm confident we won't fail. Just one boss remains, our boy Slave Knight Gael. Now why do I not worry about defeat at this stage? Well, over Midir we have one advantage. Our old friend Toxic Mist, Slave Knight, is receptive. But this fight's no joke, I won't be deceptive. I can't be a slave to my greedy desire. I must be cautious with each cast of this fire. Good timing's required to achieve victory. One last chaos bed is the end of this story. What a fun adventure, and refreshing for sure. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more. Until next time, see ya, and always let it be known, you can indeed beat this game with Pyromancy Poem.